Hello everyone and welcome back to the X and Y Daily. Let's move on with our next legendary, our next cover star. It is of course Pokemon-wise Yveltal. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do prefer Xerneas' design and that's why I'm getting Pokemon X and I just like it better, but you cannot deny this man. You cannot deny this beast, this fucking great giant badass. Holy crap. I certainly feel Xerneas and Yveltal have been designed so fantastically. I just love their look in general. The fact that this guy is basically symmetrically perfect, and then he has his tail, which is the same kind of shape as his hands or his wings. Or like, it is weird because I don't think those are like fingers on the end, but they're like tendrils, which are more kind of anthropomorphic and make him, even though he's a bird type of thing, seem more human in a way, which is really cool. I do like the things on the top of his head as well, like the sleek, slick back black thing. I'm not quite sure what those are, but they certainly make him much more aerodynamic, it seems. And I'm a big fan of that, definitely. The red color scheme is great. Got all these like veins going around him, and then his kind of grey scarf ruffling in the wind. Awesome design, absolutely fantastic design, and I'll definitely be using one of these in competitive, not only because he looks pretty freaking fantastic, but also because the stuff that he gets access to and his typing seems like it's going to be pretty incredible. So speaking of the mechanics and the competitive use, let's move on to that stuff. Now, we don't have a massive amount of information about Yveltal, but there is enough here to go on and to discuss. So, first of all, let's talk about his typing, which is in fact Dark Flying. Now, assuming that Yveltal is going to be part of the Uber's meta game, then this seems to be like a pretty great thing, honestly. Dark being the main one, and the reason why is of course that Uber's is littered with psychic types. There are very important ghost types as well: Arceus Ghost, Giratina O, Giratina Standard, all three of which are weak to the dark type moves. And then the added benefit this generation, ladies and gentlemen, Steel no longer resists dark, meaning that this thing can hit neutral on Dialga, it can hit neutral on Ferrothorn. It could do that anyway because of flying type, but I feel like Dialga is the big one really, because it would have been a pretty nice check to this thing before the steel typing got unfortunately nerfed. So that's kind of sucky. It just means that people are going to have a much harder time dealing with Yveltal. Now, we don't know what its stats are going to be right now. I would put my money into it being physical with Xerneas, being the special variety. I think I already said that in my Xerneas video, but definitely going down that route. Speed-wise, quick. It looks like it's going to be a swift thing. The original 3D trailer, like the original reveal of X and Y where they had Xerneas in the forest and Yveltal through the sky, it looked like it was dashing around pretty quickly. I'm not sure if that's any indication as to what its stat is going to be in speed, but there is certainly a good chance of it being pretty high. So I'm putting a lot of stock in this guy, honestly. He seems like he's going to be pretty fantastic in Ubers. And I hope he does some great work. Now, his ability is, in fact, very similar to Xerneas's. I keep going to say Yveltal, and then, like, halting myself and be like, wait a second, I'm talking about Yveltal. Let's compare him to Xerneas. Fairy Aura was Xerneas's one. This is Dark Aura, which is basically the same thing. It's going to buff the power of his dark type moves, meaning that he gets not only stab on dark type moves, but also the boost that just throws things into the air, ladies and gentlemen. It's gonna be fucking ridiculous. And obviously we still don't know how much this boost is gonna be. There are no physical numbers. We can only go on assumption, and if we go on the assumption that it's gonna be the same as stab, then we have some power to be packing here. Now, the only move we know it has access to so far is Oblivion Wing, which sounds ridiculous. Oblivion Wing? It's like a giant wing. It's like, have you seen Asura's Wrath? If anyone's seen Asura's Wrath scene, I say it's seen as if it's a movie, it's a game, but there's like this moment where there's this guy out in space and he like puts his finger to the world and tries to crush it with his little finger, but he's like the size of a fucking like 20 billion planets. Anyway, regardless, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. What the fuck? I was trying to say Oblivion Wing. It would be like if that guy had a massive wing and was bringing it down on the... I don't know why I went on that Whatever. Never mind. It's a dark type move though. We do know that much. And we don't know anything else about it. Its power, its accuracy. But if it is as powerful as it sounds, I'm thinking maybe like 120 base. That could be pretty cool. Or maybe even 150. Maybe 180. Fuck it. Go like V-Create and be 180 power. Then we could be in for some shit, man. Also, being a wing-based move seems like it would be physical. So that kind of adds a little bit more credence to the idea that Yveltal will be a more physically based Pokemon. So that is pretty much it. And I feel like we have discussed enough of the competitive use of Yveltal. So let's wrap this up. Okay, and that is going to be it, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, feel free to leave a like down below. Let me know in the comments what you think of Yveltal. Are you getting X or Y? Why are you getting the one that you are getting? Hey, let me know. You can follow me on Twitter at LordMBZ. Go to facebook.com/LordMBZ for all the latest updates on what I do. And that is going to be it until tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.